I'm pretty sure my ostomy doesn't like me anymore. Yep, I'm pretty sure that my ostomy doesn't like me anymore. For 2 mornings straight, about 4:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I have woke up to feeling like the Hoover Dam has busted down with my ileostomy. There's no little trickle, it's just all over the place. Luckily, I wake up before it does that, or as soon as it starts. Last night I was really sick and I couldn't get comfortable, and so I came out here and I felt it and I ran to the bathroom, and yes, that's what happened. I didn't have Mount St. Helens. I had the Hoover Dam exploding. So the only thing I can do when something like that happens is just forget about trying to clean yourself up. Take a shower. Kind of like when a baby's eating spaghetti or they've got a load that's went up their back. You just stick them in the shower. So I'm praying for a better night tonight. Today has been a touch and go. I think because you often do when you have a increase on your stimulator, you are chances will be that you will be thrown into a flare. And I just got over a Crohn's flare. Although they're always there, they're not always gone, and that's what makes it hard for me to decipher between one or the other, because with both of them, I can have no output whatsoever. So it's kind of hard for me to figure out which one it is that's giving me trouble. So I know I had a Crohn's flare, and I think it's eased up. But I think with this last increase, I again am having another flare with gastroparesis. It's had me feeling like crap, total crap. And the days I do get on here, I try to be kind of uplifted, put on that persona that everybody wants to see, nobody wants to hear about how bad you feel, about how bad you feel. I have done that on other sites and have been called out by somebody that I know, that I was trying to get attention. Well, I tell you what, this is a bad way of trying to get attention. But I have been more nauseous. I woke up nauseous to the point where I've gone to the bathroom and got sick again. I'm not 100% sure that this permanent stimulator is really and truly going to change my life. It's not a cure for gastroparesis. It is only to manage symptoms. I have lowered my intake of my IV Phenergan. Zofran doesn't do anything, but I take my Zofran every 6 hours. I take my Phenergan every 3 hours. And on that 6th hour, I can have both of them at the same time. And, but, I just don't see, and I'm going to be on all this medicine the rest of my life. And, I'm bloated still. First few days, it felt great, bloating was gone. Oh, this is going to work. But you always have that chance of going back into a flare as soon as you have it done, and then you start feeling better. And I was counting down the days to see the doctor in order to get an increase on my stimulator. Not everybody's going to get anything out of it. That's why they go through all the pre-screening to prove that yes, you do have it. Then they have you do the temporary one, and I do have that as a playlist. I will put it up in here for you. I did do the temporary, and I hated it because I had to have it in G-tube, and I hate those things. I hate them so bad. I pulled one out one time in the hospital, and now when they want to give me one, they pretty much keep me in a comatose state with medication and until I have surgery. Yeah, I just and you know, I've been having more dizzy spells, and they've never really said anything to me about why. I had tachycardia, but they never said anything to me about all the times I've fallen. My dizzy spells, I've been admitted into the hospital for that and fainting. I have a nice little goose egg right here. It is actually a scar. It's discolored from when I fell last time, and I have a really, really low blood pressure, but I have a very, very high shoot, I'm tired. I'll have a very, very high pulse, and then when I had the pulmonary embolism, my heart had to work triple time, because not only did I have a pulmonary embolism in my left lung, my right lung was filling up with water, and it had partially collapsed. With fluids. So, there's damage there, and I need to go back and see my cardiologist and let him run more tests to see why, if there's a reason why I have a low blood pressure and why sometimes they can't find it. But it's real easy to find my pulse. So I'm alive. But last night and this morning, I got up and had to take a shower to clean myself up. And sometimes getting the stuff that's in your ileostomy, sometimes getting that stuff out of your clothes can be a job. I like mean green a lot. I'll mean green the heck out of it. If I get it out and I look at it, it still has it on it, I'll mean green it. I'll let it set, and I'll let it set until I have, I'll put it in the washer, let it soak until I have something else I can throw in with it. But I don't even know what I had that would even remotely make it stain like that. Usually stomach bile or stomach acid and that other stuff, it will come out. I've gotten blood out like that, but it's not always easy. So it's a pain in the butt. Yeah. So I am like extremely, extremely thirsty, and like I can't get enough of anything. I feel exhausted. I took my hydration fluids today, but I don't feel, my lips are really chapped. My tongue is white. Your tongue being white is a big indicator that you're dehydrated. Becoming more nauseous. is also a big indicator that you are also dehydrated. So like whenever you are sick and you're not getting enough fluids, and you become sick and you're not drinking enough, that's why. So you always see me with something to drink. But you know, everybody's body does differently. Those of us that have gastroparesis, drinking doesn't really help us, because for one, it's just going to sit there. Two, we're probably going to vomit it back up. So a lot of us are on IV fluids. I have been on IV fluids for almost 4 years now, and it's kept me out of the hospital. But what gets me is when I go to the hospital and I tell them I've been sick and I've been vomiting and I can't stop and this, that, and the other, and then they do my blood work. Well, you're not dehydrated. I'm like, did you not hear what I said when I said I do IV hydration? And I've been keeping myself hydrated at home. Sometimes, you get nurses that only put in part of what you say. They don't put in everything that you say. So it's like one day when I was in there and it was over gastroparesis, but I thought I had a bowel obstruction. And my CT scan came back normal. They sent me home. And then I was constantly, nonstop, vomiting. I was in the floor with the garbage can in my arms, vomiting. Nonstop. Couldn't hold down the PO contrast. They had to only do it through the IV or through my port. And, yeah. So, well, you're not dehydrated. Well, I do IV hydration at home. But, so, you gotta watch these people. So, anyway, I hadn't done anything today, and, so I just wanted to get a little something out there to let you guys say hey, and, check out my other links, and visit some of my other pages. The other pages of mine are completely on Crohn's disease and gastroparesis. So it is a group, open group. You don't have to ask to be part of it. It is just open. I do some live chats in there sometimes, and it's been a group since 2013, but I couldn't figure out why people weren't coming to it until I figured out that I needed to make it more of an open community page, and I did that in 2014. So it shows it's only been there since 2014, but it hasn't. Me moving my YouTube around different groups, different things, has actually increased some of the traffic on my Facebook, and then on my Instagrams, Twitter, Facebook. That has all increased my traffic on YouTube. I was denied. They stopped my monetization because I had a lot of outside traffic, and when I appealed it, I gave them all of my information, and I said, well, I send it out to all of my connections, And when I have alone on a Twitter page, and I got 5 of them, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people on one Twitter page, and then you do tagging, that generates even more people. And then my Instagram account for, I have my own separate Instagram for this brand, and it's just grown and grown and grown, and I'm getting more people that are subscribing to my YouTube, and I'm starting to see more now where people are starting to watch because they're subscribing and watching. But when they're out there and they're just looking at what I post, I mean, I have no control over that. That they're only watching it from Twitter, or they're only watching it from Facebook, or they're only watching it from different places. I mean, how am I supposed to control that? I give them the information, and they go and watch it. They can watch it right there on YouTube. They can sit there and they can watch it right there on Twitter. They don't need to go to YouTube. But, I don't care. It was no big deal to me anyway. I think advertisements are a pain. I don't mind seeing them at the beginning. It's the ones that cut about 6 times during a video. So it didn't hurt my feelings. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it like this, and I really want to go to sleep because I'm tired, and my stomach hurts, and I've been trying to avoid the Finnegan as much as possible today, but everything that has went down my stomach, with the exception of some drinks, has really made me sick today. So anyway, subscribe, reply, comment, whatever. I'm always open. Oh, and plus, my husband was up earlier, and I wanted my background to be my little Christmas background. And actually, these little reindeer right down here are part of my Christmas decorating contest stuff that I'm not putting out until the night of the 21st or the night of the 20th. The contest is the 21st. So, and I'm sure they're going to do it at night. I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't do it at night, because that's when everybody's got their lights on. We have our patio. I got my icicle lights up. My husband did that last weekend. I did the poles. I have this candy cane. It's kind of got like a wire in it, ribbon, and then I've got some lights to go around the poles, and then I got a red ribbon to go on each, and then I bought some little candy canes about like this tall, but they stand about, I give them about 18 inches, and they go across my whole front of my porch, and then I have one of my little trees that go to a set. It goes to the set of my, can you see them? This right here. Yeah, it goes to that. And I got the other one by my door. And then I got my Thomas Kincaid stuff out right over there. And the stockings. And I wasn't going to put none of that stuff up. But then I thought, I can't get the Christmas spirit if I don't have all my stuff up. My Thomas Kincaid stuff is very expensive. I am a very big collector. I have a bunch of collecting a bunch of collector stuff here, and I have more in the kitchen and even more in the bedroom. But every year I buy a Thomas Kincaid Christmas collectible, and I didn't do it this year. So I will be doing that this year. I'll be purchasing 2 to make up for this year. I'd always wanted the Villages, but the only one I still want that ice skating rink one. You don't see those stuff anymore. But I want to have stuff personal like that for my kids to one day have. And so I did put more ornaments on my tree. I couldn't stand it any longer. And then I got the North Pole right there. And then we got, I can't remember his name. He's part of the Misfits. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfits. I need Mr. Bumbles, and then I need the big white, I don't know what you call him, but he's like the big old white snow monster, but he's really a big doll baby. And I couldn't find them. The ones I could find was on Amazon, and I don't do Amazon for Christmas. I've been disappointed in things for Christmas. So anyway, I will be looking for those, and I will be watching to see Fingerhuts where I got these, and I'm going to be watching to see if by chance they do end up having them, and that way I'll have them. That way I can have the full set. And even if I don't put these out again next year, we will not be here hopefully next year. We signed for a year and a half, and our year and a half will be up in December. So hopefully we will see a difference, and we won't be here, and then I can do my yard. I used to do it with my kids. I had a snowman and all those other things, and big candy canes and lights, and so. And then now I've been kind of doing these things because I knew one of my kids was going to have a baby sometime, and I wanted to already have that started. And so when my grandbabies come, they can see that. I have an uncle that they always decorated, and they moved, and they're still decorating. And I know they decorate because maybe part of it is because they enjoy it themselves. I enjoy it. And 2, they have grandkids. They have great grandbabies. And, you know, we do a lot of things at Christmas time. We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for our kids. We do it for our grandbabies. And I am a big kid at heart when it comes to Christmas. I want everything traditional. I want everything the way I grew up. My problem is I am so tired and I'm exhausted. I can't do everything like I used to. Like, I could put up all my Christmas stuff in one day. This year, we've had the Christmas stuff here in the apartment. It'll be 2 weeks this weekend. And I've added more more light, not more lights, more ornaments. I brought out what I said I wasn't gonna bring out, and I did. I don't know. It's just, it is being a parent, and I love looking at a tree. There is nothing more serene and beautiful than the tree. And I used to put up trees with white lights, and but as I got older, I want everything more traditional, like it was when I was a kid. And I mean, I've had the chasers with my kids. You have all these buttons, you put them on. But these color lights I've got right now, there's red, green, yellow. Yeah, red, green, yellow. That's all that's on there. And I can't remember. It seems like there was blue on the traditional ones, but this yellow, I can think about it, and it can take me back to my childhood. I can remember going to the Bowling Green Mall, the original Bowling Green Mall, and Christmas lights all over the place, and the yellow ones just in my mind, and just it kind of reminds me of the Toy Story, not the Christmas Story, because of all those lights, and it's nice to think about things like that. Well, guys, I'm gonna get off of here, and hopefully I can get this uploaded for you tonight. So you guys have a good night, and I'm gonna take my medicine, and hopefully I can go to sleep. Good night.